Okay, okay. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. So Blaire White and this girl Morgan Ariel have been beefing. They have been beefing on Twitter, and it's so funny. I think it's getting to this girl because her first video was this TikTok here. I think I showed it on the show where Morgan was just like, Blair's trying to trick men. She's the worst. God hates her. And then Blaire made fun of her looks, and then in this response video, she's all done up, her hair is done, her makeup is done, like, clearly that bothered her, which cracks me up. So here's Morgan's response to Blaire's response. Blair Witch Project is mad that I'm something Ms. Blaire White will never be a real biological woman. Misogynistic much? Keep mocking God and his daughters. I said what needed to be said. Conservatives aren't conserving anything when they attack a woman and defend a man in drag. I don't know. I think people are criticizing her because she's being cunty about it.
Are playing a dangerous game, playing along with this insanity, thirst trapping straight men into having sexual thoughts about the same sex while counterfeiting as a woman is wicked. Please repent, Blair White. And she does a little green screen looking like shit. I don't know if I would never.
I love how petty funny, but she also did look like shit. And this clearly bothered her. The comments bothered her, which is why in this video she's completely made up, like may have paid to get her hair and makeup done. That's how much that comment bothered her.
If I was trying to diss someone who looked hotter than me, I would never show up on camera with my hair in a messy bun looking like shit to do it. Just saying, I would try to look my best.
And then she's so salty about this. Her feelings are so hurt that she's like uses this as another opportunity to bring up old photos of Blaire, her old name. She's so salty. Like what honestly, like what effect does Blaire have on her life? This is interesting because on one hand, if you believe that the trans agenda overall is preying on confused young boys and girls, there is an evil element to it for sure, but I'm somebody who believes, like, I don't hate all trans people just because that's how they wanna live their life. If you're an adult and you're not bothering anybody and you wanna go do that, like, good for you. I only really get triggered and upset when they kind of seem to be coming for kids. But if you're, like, a real staunch conservative, I could see you being wholly against all kinds of trans people. So that's clearly where this girl's beliefs lie. I just think if she knew I'm not saying if she really believes this way, she needs to change her beliefs just because Blaire is like one of the good ones or Blaire is believes in a lot of other conservative causes and is just overall, I think, a force of good. But you know what? If she wants to stick to her beliefs, like, cool. But I just don't think Blaire is like really bothering anybody. In fact, I think she does mostly good. I can't think of anything Blaire has done or said that's been super problematic. I think she, uh, no pun intended, like has balls and sticks up for people and fights for the right causes. So I just don't think that like attacking Blaire is like the most productive use of somebody's time if they are like a staunch conservative. Because Blaire's not hosting like drag queen story hour.
White. I believe that is your biological name. These are pictures of you as
Maybe she's trying to be like female Matt Walsh because Matt Walsh got so much attention when he went after Dylan Mulvaney. I think maybe she's trying to do something similar and gain like similar levels of
a
attention.
biological man because your entire existence is built on lies. And it's just actually really sad and pathetic that you think I'm trying to diss you when all I'm trying to do is help save your soul from eternal.
You're not trying to save her soul. If you were trying to save her soul, you would message her privately. You wouldn't do all of this public and splashy like this.
Damnation, because if you continue down this path, that's exactly where you're going, especially while you're trying to deceive God's children. And for anybody who says
Deceive God's children, Blaire's like engaged. She's not trying to snatch up anybody's boyfriend.
That they don't care about this biological man posing as a woman as long as they're helping save the children. Let me kindly remind you that anybody that's in Christ is God's child and he cares about all of his children. So anytime there is a devil trying to infiltrate and attack his children, and
Blaire is not trying to infiltrate shit. She's not attacking anybody. Literally, like, she's just defending herself from you because you've decided to make an enemy of her for some reason. I don't know. To me, it sounds like, and other people have said this too, maybe she caught her boyfriend or husband, like, looking at pictures of Blaire or thinking thinking she's hot. Because I understand the female brain, and the only reason someone would go after her this hard is because, you know what I mean? She's insecure because she kind of looks like Blaire.
lead them into an abominable act such as sodomy, God's not going to play that game. So, Robert, you can attack a biological woman's looks all you want. It just further exposes you for the man that you are because
She's not attacking your looks, like, out of nowhere. You attacked Blaire first. Don't give me this BS that you're trying to save Blaire's soul. Like, Blaire is doing fine. Blaire is doing just fine, and she's a force of good. And I think that's uh I'm not trying to, like, say that I'm better than this girl or that, like, my beliefs are better than hers, but it's such a waste of time to go after Blaire. And if you knew the first thing about her, you wouldn't be attacking her like this. It's just you're not gonna you're not gonna change Blaire's mind. You're not gonna, like, talk her out of being presenting as a female. Like, what's your actual goal here, lady?
real women are not defined by heels, makeup, extensions, fake boobs, and broken noses. And we have days where we don't wear makeup because we're busy raising children.
Oh my god, she's so offended by the comments that Blaire made. Some of us don't wear makeup because 'cause we're busy, right? Busy being a real woman. This is also hypocritical for her to say here too, like, being a woman is not about extensions and fake tits. Hello, how many biological women are getting extensions and fake tits?
Exposes you for the man that you are because real women are not defined by heels, makeup,
But here you are wearing makeup, Morgan. So you clearly got hurt by an insult, by a comment that Blaire made that you were not made up. Now you're here totally made up. Which one is it?
extensions, fake boobs, and broken noses. And we have days where we don't wear makeup
We have days where we don't wear makeup 'cause we're busy. Look at me. I'm pretty now.
because we're busy raising children and
I have children because I'm a biological woman.
doing things that women do. And at the end of the day, the only person who's going to have to live with themselves is you. You're still just going to be a wannabe chick with a dick. God
Oof.
bless.
Yeah, God bless. She's so good at Jesus and God are so proud of her right now. Like, she's really sending the message. I hope she has a youth group somewhere because she really is such a leader. I think didn't Jesus hang out with all types of people? Like, if there were trans people back in Jesus's day, I think he would have hung with them. Because didn't he hang out with, like, lepers and all types, and he wasn't picky? No? She's very mad. She makes God a hateful being, like a mean girl, kind of. Blaire is not trying to get into any space where she's not welcomed. I think she's probably jealous of how good looking she is. She's probably like, "Damn, Blaire looks a lot like me." And if she is trying to get into, like, the podcasting space or get more famous, she is probably jealous that Blaire has worked with the likes of, like Tim Pool and, Alex Jones and just about everybody, and that she's beloved. But also that's what I love about Blaire is, like, Blaire doesn't need anybody standing up for her either. She can take care of herself, she can defend herself. She's probably just, like, laughing at this girl. Jesus tells us to love everyone, even the whores and the homosexuals, but it's so hard. It's so hard because they keep doing it over and over again. Mary Ann from Easy A. Like, if you're going to pick on trans people to fight, why is Blaire your number one? It's because she happens to also be really hot and that triggers you. Pick someone who's actually out there doing harm. Staunchly conservative people are just going to have to accept the rest of us right wingers. It's going to get crowded until we defeat the far left. True. Like, just use your common sense, girl. Like, Morgan, I want to be on your side, but when you go after Blaire White, someone who I know and have met personally and is a great person, it's kind of, it makes me question your motives. It makes me question, it looks like an obvious virtue signal. And it looks like you're jealous. I'll be praying for your sad and sorry lost soul. I don't believe you, Morgan. Sorry. You're not coming at me with Christian energy. You're coming at me with very judgy energy. And to all the conservatives who claim they are Christians, who are feeding into this strong delusion or propping this man up, you better keep your eyes, mind, and hearts in check. Or else what, Morgan? Like, we're all adults here. We can see who has good intentions and who has bad intentions. I think it's pretty delusional to try and pretend that, like, there's gonna be no trans people. If that's your goal, you're wasting your breath. I think it's fair to draw the line at kids, though. Allowing the enemy to have a seat at your table is not wise. Take no part. And also, like, there were trans people before Blaire White. Come on. There have always been trans people. Allowing the enemy to have a seat at your table is not wise. Take no part in the unfruitful works of darkness, but instead expose them. Yeah, everybody, Blaire herself is not going around saying she's a biological woman. Also, she's got a man. I love when religious people say the most foul, vile things to someone and then follow up with praying for your sad and sorry lost soul. No, you're not. And you're deceiving God's children by saying that. Don't tell me what I'm doing. You're not with me in the secret place. What? Is that what she calls her coochie? Blair Witch Project. The devil is in the details. He exposes himself. Blair has never once tried to like show themselves as a biological woman. Blair does not hide anything about being biologically male. Watch the videos. This video kind of gives me the ick. This is from Lauren Southern. Blair isn't a biological woman, obviously, and you look fine in a messy bun, but it's hard to believe you're trying to save anyone's soul with this level of condescension. Yes. Yes, Lauren Southern. Very condescending, very judgy, very shitty tone coming from this woman who's obviously triggered and insecure. Soul saving aside, supporters of his keep saying, oh, but he knows he's not a biological woman. And yet, women saying just that and asserting their boundaries with him using female facilities have been on the end of vicious attacks. Blair doesn't go into women's locker rooms. I think she said that she will go to the gym or whatever and then just go home. I don't like the vicious attacks on anyone, just setting the boundaries like that, of course. The way people set boundaries or frame their opposition will set the tone for all future debate. It's not done in a firm but earnest way. It will just be mocked as partisan zealotry. Woo! Lauren's so smart sometimes. She's like too smart for me, but I get it. The funny part about this is you took Blair's criticism to heart and made sure to do your hair and makeup and find the perfect car lighting. See, only another woman would notice that. Shout out to Christina Buttons. I noticed that right away. I was like, somebody got made up to do this response video. Uh, is it based? I guess. Technically, it's based, but it's kind of a waste of time. I think she's going after Blaire White for attention to get followers. Blaire White has just hit 500K followers on Twitter. How many does Morgan Ariel have? Less than 5,000. She's got 4,600. She's a TP USA rep. Oof, that's not a good look. And she's going after, yeah. She's just trying to get in with the hardcore Christian conservatives. Why is she giving Blaire White shit for posting thirst traps? Look at this. I mean, like, oh, look, I'm in front of a tank. She posts thirst traps. Isn't that not a very Christian thing to do, is to post thirst traps and try, you know what I mean? Like, there could be married men looking at photos of you, Morgan, and you're trying to tempt them away from their significant other. What a hypocrite this woman is. These are thirst traps. What are you gonna, like, shit on people for looking good and posting photos of them looking good? You do the exact same thing. My goodness, what a hypocrite. Wow. Yeah, it's funny. All her videos after this one now, she's got suddenly makeup for all of them and her hair done. Oh, I thought you had kids and you don't have time to always do your makeup. Well, you seem to have time now after Blaire called you frumpy. It's fun when people are transparent. Wow, what a hypocrite. Blaire posting thirst traps. What do you think this is? I can't. That's not very Christian and conservative of you. People are funny. R. James, as a conservative leaning atheist, I get the slippery slope argument against accepting the Blaire's kind as normal, but the religious zealotry loses me. We need a Big Tent to defeat the leftists. Yeah. It's zeroing in on such a small, unnecessary fight. She does the exact same thing, but Blaire does it better. That's why she's salty. Yep. Mm-hmm. Judge a person by the color of their skin or beliefs, but by the content of their character. Wise words. Another clout another clout goblin, maybe? Yeah, how interesting that this girl happens to go after Blaire White with a huge following who looks very similar to her as her target. I think she wants to glom on to her followers, or she at least wants to get the attention of the Blaire haters, which I guess it's kind of a smart move, but it's definitely not genuine. And it's definitely not, she's not coming at me like Christianity first. Let's see you in a cardigan. Okay, let's see you in sensible, not form-fitting clothing. And then I'll be like, look at this good Christian woman here. Love you guys. Thank you for the chats. Thank you for the comments. I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye. Bye. All right. Love you guys. God, I don't even want to leave. This candle smells so good. I don't want to leave. All right. Love you guys. Talk to you soon. Bye. Love you all. Join the Discord. Feet. Love you all. Wow. You guys are awesome. Come and get it. Bye, guys. Bye. Now I'm really leaving. Love you. Bye.